The wait is finally over. The applications for Girl Script Summer of Code 2025 are live now, and if you're someone who wants to apply for open source this year, then this is the best time to start applying with your applications. Hi everyone, my name is Parul Prashar, a content creator and a national public speaker. In today's video, we are going to understand how to apply for Girl Script Summer of Code in 2025, a step-by-step application. But before moving further and starting, I want to talk about something. You all wanted me to make this video since so long, right from the day when the applications were released by this G-Shock. But I was doubtful if I should make this video or not because I was looking at their Insights app and it is not yet complete. There are some sections that are under process. Even the application part, it is not working as well as it works for other UI UX interfaces. So I had decided that let's just wait for few more days and only then I should make video. But I could see the urgency in your comments that you wanted me to make the video as soon as possible. So I'm making this video today. But if there are any changes in their application, if any updates come, then I would talk to you back again that this is something that you need to change. So don't worry about anything. If there is any changes in the application thing, I will tell you again and we all can figure it out together. And yes, I do have to apply my application as well as a contributor for this year. So everything is as important as it is for me because that everything that I'm sharing today's video is with a mindset that I have to apply for Girl Script as well. So without further delay, let's get started. To make this video and even help you better, I wanted to make a screen recording on my laptop. But since the app doesn't work on laptop, unfortunately I had to do it on my phone. But the phone's screen is very small, so I decided to shift to my iPad, and here I will be doing my screen recording so that when you are able to see it on the screen, it will be better look and you can see a bigger interface. So let's go right into my screen and understand how you can apply for this year applications. So the first step, go and search on Google, or if you're using Android or iOS, search on Google Girl Script Summer of Code. Now click on the website and see. Now you're able to see all applications are live. Earlier this was not seen because the applications of only Campus Ambassador was live and not the actual Girl Script applications. So now we can apply. So now they're telling that we have to either download an application for Android or iOS. Understand this, that you cannot apply to Girl Script Summer of Code using your laptop or your PC. You will have to use your mobile phone, and I feel this is a disadvantage. They could have improved this thing, but we cannot do anything. So don't waste your time searching on your laptops or on your PCs. Go directly on your mobile phones and download this Insights app. So I will be downloading it with you. So this is how the Insights app actually look. You will have to enter your email address and then you will get an OTP, and through this you will have to register. So let me do all this stuff. So now we have logged into their application and this is what you will see on their interface. This is their homepage and you can scroll down and understand what is it. To apply for this Girl Script Summer of Code, you will have to go to the last icon in the footer of the application, that is the menu button, the three dots. Now you can see applications are open for Girl Script Summer of Code. Click on this thing and you can select your roles. Understand this. Earlier, the applications were not submitted in this way. And in previous year, when the applications for contributors were live, you could not apply as a project admin or even a campus ambassador or a mentor. So this video, I'm making it specifically for contributors, but understand this very clearly. If you are someone like in the third year or in the fourth year of college, it's not compulsory that you need to apply as a contributor. You can work as a project admin or a mentor, and this will boost your resume in a different way. If you have been doing open source since long, why not try new stuff and just try to do new things. You can definitely try out for project admins or mentors. But if you are someone who is just starting your college, who is extreme fresher, then definitely you have to apply as a contributor. And in fact, I'm also applying as a contributor because being a project admin or mentor will be very hectic, and I know I would not be able to manage all these things together. So definitely contribute. And also I'm in second year, so I need to gain experience of open source, because last year when I did, it was a good rank but not the best one. So I had decided that this year when I will do this, I will try to make the best ranking out of this GShock. But let's see, fingers crossed, like how will I manage all those things. So let's fill out the application form. On the first page, you have to fill your email address, phone number, gender, LinkedIn profile, and GitHub profile. Do these things and fill your LinkedIn profile and GitHub profile. These things are compulsory. See, it's written required. Don't try to experiment things from your own side thinking that it is required but they're not showing any error message, so I won't fill it. Please don't do this mistake, because if you mess up application for this year, then you will have to wait for one entire year, which will waste a lot of your time and lot of your potential. So fill up your LinkedIn profile and GitHub profile, and I won't say now that it would be better to fill it because it's already required. You don't have a choice, you have to fill it. Going to the next section, they are asking your tech stacks. So for you who are just starting your colleges and you do not know what a tech stack actually is, so tech stacks are the coding languages that you have been using to prepare your websites to work as a web developer. So some very famous tech stacks are MERN stack and MEAN stack, but I'm pretty sure that not all of you would be doing all these things and knowing these MERN and MEAN stacks. But understand, MERN stack is MongoDB, E stands for Express.js, R is React.js, and N is Node.js. And MEAN stack is similar, but we have Angular in that. So if you know any of these things, these are technologies, these are tech stacks that you use in your processing. But if you are a fresher and you do not have a tech stack, then what you can write? You might be knowing any language, Python, Java, C, C++. You can write that language. Second thing that you have, HTML, CSS. You can write vanilla CSS, that is pure CSS. If you know a framework, Bootstrap or Tailwind CSS, you can mention that framework. You're using VS Code for your coding, you can write VS Code. And definitely you need GitHub 100% for this Girl Script Summer of Code, and you need to learn it. Without GitHub, you cannot do anything. So you can mention GitHub as well, because it is 100% compulsory and you will have to learn it. These are the tech stacks that you have to mention, and it is required because understand, this is the thing based upon which they're going to judge that you know how to do it. Even if it is just HTML, CSS, don't worry. I told you last time as well, this application is not extremely competitive. They're going to select majority of the applicants, but you have to tell that what is the truth. Also, many of you, what you will do, I don't know much tech stacks, so I will make up things on my own and I will learn eventually. Please don't do this mistake. Write those things only that you know. If you don't know, don't write. Don't think in your mind that now I don't know, but later I will learn. Later when you will learn, only then you will have to write those things. Don't write something that you don't know, because if you do this thing, you're going to mess up your entire application. They're going to check your LinkedIn and your GitHub profile, and they will clearly see that you haven't made any projects, you haven't done any work, and still mentioning this fake stuff. Knowing less is better than showing to know more. So when we move to the next part, that is a resume. This is extremely important. I told you last year resume was not compulsory. This year you have to prepare your resume, and it is extremely important. It is written required. Don't try to do things that leave it, I won't paste it, nothing will happen. Please don't do this mistake. If it is required, it is 100% required. But you might have a doubt that if I'm a fresher, what kind of resume will I require? I don't have a technical knowledge, I don't have anything to do, but how will I do all those things? So don't worry in this case. They also know that most of the applicants who are applying for Girl Script are freshers. So prepare your resume according to what you know. What you can write in your resume. You can mention your skills, the tech stacks you have written. Besides this, if you're pursuing something else like video editing, graphic designing, or any other skill, you can mention that skill in your resume. In education section, you can talk about your high school, your percentages, if it were great, and your college thing as well. Now after this education section, you can mention your projects. If you're a fresher, I know you would not have made some really good projects, but when you were preparing HTML and CSS, you must have started with using forms. You must have started with cloning different websites. You can talk about those projects, that I have made a clone of this website. These were the tech stacks that I've used. And take a lesson from this thing from this Girl Script, try to push every project to GitHub, because if you will have your projects at GitHub, it will be easier for you to attach the links in your resume, and that is extremely important. So I believe this is all for your resume. Don't think that I don't have a good resume, I don't have skills to paste it. It's all right. Nobody at your age has good things to put out there, but you still have to, because just think that if this Girl Script wasn't there, would you have ever prepared your resume? You would have not. And if you're getting a chance to prepare it, try putting the best effort into it, and don't think about consequences. Just apply. Now, next thing is reason to join. Why you want to join this Girl Script Summer of Code. For resume, I will talk about one more thing, that is the URL and how to paste a URL, because we all are in a habit of pasting the PDFs and the documents. Here you have to paste URL. So I will be telling you step by step how to make a URL of your resume. So don't worry for that. Next thing is reason to join, why you want to join this G-Shock. This is extremely important, and if you do not have good knowledge, good tech stacks, this is your chance to still make out to cracking this application for you. Because here you can talk about, I am a fresher, I want to learn new things extremely well, and Girl Script is a very good platform for me to start. Then I have been working on a number of projects. If you are someone who is not fresher, who knows these things and who has been working on them, you can write in this case that I have good experience about working in HTML, CSS and these tech stacks, and I have made clones and other things of these things. But now I want to step ahead and practice open source through a national platform like Girl Script Summer of Code. I want to learn new things and talk about open source and apply my knowledge to real world projects. That is where I want to apply. And if you are definitely experienced, you have been working on a lot of things, you can share your things that this is what I know and this is what I want to join. Even for those people who are really die-hard, want to contribute, you can talk about that I want to contribute to these projects and make an impact in these projects. I want to help these projects make the best out of what they actually can. So these are the things that you can write in your reason to join. But be authentic. I always say this, don't try to put something that is not yours. You might feel that I have cracked this application, but you will not understand. This will eventually build up your habit of putting out wrong things, of sharing fake things. And this is extremely bad for someone who's going into corporate career. So don't do this thing. Talk about authentic things that you have been doing yourself. So what if it is less? You have time to build up on these things. The second last thing is previous experience. This is required. Understand, even if you feel no, this won't impact your applications. When I applied last year, I had no experience and I clearly wrote that no, I do not have a previous experience in open source, and that is why I'm applying in G-Shock 24. And this is also very good. You have to just manipulate your words in a way that others can feel your passion. And if you're extremely passionate, really passionate, then these things would eventually show up in what you're doing. If you have experience, you can talk about, like I have experience from last year's G-Shock. So I can write that I have been a participant in Girl Script Summer of Code in 2024, and this is the experience that I've collected. I've worked upon these many projects, I have done these many things, I've removed bugs in the websites, I've learned about merge conflicts and other stuff. I know how to use GitHub, I know how to push and pull the repositories. I have been working with mentors, and I have helped projects create an impact by adding entire new sections, by responsiveness in their websites. This is what you can talk. Especially for those who do not have experience, I'm telling it again, don't worry, tell the truth and you will still get selected if you are authentic. Just you need to add up extra information. Like, as I told you, I want to learn about new things, I want to explore different fields, and this is a chance for me to do it through Girl Script Summer of Code. And I also wrote that I do not have any experience, but I need to start somewhere. And if I don't now, then I will never. So this G-Shock is a place for me to start doing my things and start trying out my experiences. You can also try out these things for yourself. It's definitely not strategies, because my mind helped me process these things. But it might be strategy for you, because you can apply those things and get selected. The last thing is referral code. So you might be thinking that what is this referral code? Even last year when I applied, I didn't know about this. But this year when I'm applied as a campus ambassador as well, I know exactly what a referral code is. Referral code refers to the code of a campus ambassador. Like I'm a campus ambassador. If you will use my referral code over here, they will get to know that you have been applying through which person. And I don't know if you will get any benefit or not for this, but you can definitely fill this out as well. If you want, I will paste my referral code in description below, and you can use my referral code to fill in this part. So now the most important section, how to make the URL of your resume. Let's try it out. Now I'm going to talk about how can you paste your resume URL. Understand this, if it is not made in a correct way, then not everyone will be able to view your resume, and this is extremely important because if you mess up the things at this point, then it will directly impact your applications. So for this, what you have to do is go to your Google Drive. You all have Google Drives in your mobile phones. If you are using it, you already know. If you don't, then try opening Google Drives and sign in into it. You will see an empty drive because you haven't pushed anything there. When you will go at this point, you can see this plus button at the right corner. Click on this button and it will show you what you want to upload. You have to upload file because your resume is a file. Click on upload file. You can, definitely it's not video and photos, so you have to browse for this. So I have a different file, so I have selected my electrical file for the first sem because I thought this would be easier to show because PDFs also are similar things. If you want, you can change the name of your file from this place, but if you don't, then it's alright. So this file is kept in my drive. Fine, you have to upload this file first to your own this Google Drive. When the file is uploaded, see, this is how you're going to see this file. This is your file. This is an important step, and now focus on this thing. When you will click on the three dots, you will see a whole lot of drop down menu, and in this, from top, go on the second thing, manage access. When you will click on this, it will show you who all have access to this. See, initially it is restricted. Only people added can open this link. Now when this is the option that is already selected, what will happen? If someone will try to open your Google Drive, they will get a message that requests the owner to give you the access. If this happens, then you will have to again and again give access to a number of people who want to access your PDF in future if you send this to a number of people. So click on the arrow button. This is the option that is selected. Again click on the arrow button and it is restricted. Change it to anyone with the link. Now it is getting updated and your permission is updated. After this happens, again click on viewer and you will have to select the viewer option. If it is anything else, click on viewer, because if you click on commenter, then anyone will be able to comment on your PDF. If you click on editor, then anyone will be able to make changes in your PDF or the document that you are uploading. So make sure that it is on viewer. After this is done, go back and here you have the icon. On the top right corner, you have the icon of this copy link. Click the link and it is copied to your clipboard. Now you can go back to the Insights application and paste your URL at this place. This is how you can do these things. But if you want to actually try before pasting that if your URL is working really well, what you can do is copy this URL to another mobile phone which does not have your email address. From that mobile phone, try opening this link and you will understand that you are able to view the PDF. So this is all from my side about application process of Girl Script Summer of Code. Well, it is not just about the application. Application is the initial step. What is important is how to contribute, how to use GitHub, how to make push and pull requests. I have made video in last year about open source contribution. I will link it in my description and also pin it in my comments. But I know that that video is not made with the best effort because I haven't done my screen recording at that time. I'm just talking about things. If you really want me to talk about this open source as well, where I will be sharing that how can you make the pull request, which things you have to keep in mind when making open source contribution, then do let me know in the comments. If you want, then I will make this video for you. And trust me, this year G-Shock application is going to be very good because I'm also going to participate and we will compete this year and see who works well, and we will try our best to actually make the best out of our college journeys and try to upskill yourself through this Girl Script Summer of Code and try to make as much impact as we can and learn new things. So I wish you all the good luck with your application processes. If you still have any doubts, do let me know in the comments. But try your best to work as hard as possible for this open source contribution, and let's see who makes the best out of this G-Shock, who gets the